Coming up, 8 reasons why you shouldn't allow pets in your rental properties. Hey guys, Paul Price here with Retire Rich with Real Estate, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about why you should not allow pets in your rental properties. I want to share with you a story. A few weeks ago we had a property for rent. We had it advertised online, and in our advertisements, all of our advertisements state that we don't allow pets. And I had an interesting response from a prospect. This person wrote to me and said, and I'll read it to you. It says, "Did you have a pet growing up? If so, think about how it enriched your childhood. I think it's sad when landlords don't allow people with kids to have pets. If you require a sizable deposit, any pet damage shouldn't be a problem. Have a heart." Well, I really think that these people don't understand the landlord's perspective when it comes to renting to people with pets. It has nothing to do with not wanting children to have pets growing up. I mean, I understand that. I had a pet growing up. I have a pet now. I've always had pets and I have children, so I understand all that. But that has nothing to do with why we don't allow pets. It's much more complicated an issue than that. When it comes to my rental properties, it's a totally different ballgame. It's a business decision. And here's some of the things I want to let you know why we and other landlords don't allow pets. The first reason is insurance and liability. If someone brings a pet onto your property and it causes harm to another individual, you can be held liable for it. So if a dog, for example, bites someone and they have to have stitches or they're injured in some way, you can be held responsible, as well as the owner of the pet, but you can be held responsible for their medical bills. And our insurance companies have become very sensitive to these things. And in our case, they have a list of 7 breeds that they don't allow on the property. It includes things like pit bulls and Rottweilers and Dobermans and German Shepherds and etc., etc. But the point is, they don't want these dogs or any mixed breed of these dogs on the property, and they can cancel our insurance if they find one on the property. And if someone gets bit by someone's pit bull that's on our property, they won't cover it. So it's a liability to us in that regard. So that's one reason why we don't allow it. It's too hard to determine what a breed is today. If somebody has a part pit bull mixed with something else, I can't tell the difference sometimes. So for us, that's one reason why we don't allow pets on our property, and that's a financial reason. Number 2 is pest. Dogs carry fleas and ticks and can carry things like bed bugs even. But the most common problem we end up having is a flea infestation. And this happened just recently, like 2 months ago. We had a tenant that had brought a dog in they weren't supposed to have, and they moved out. And when they moved out, we had a huge flea infestation. And we had to pay the pest control company hundreds of dollars to come in and fumigate the place to get it down to where we could come in there without getting covered with fleas. So it cost us hundreds of dollars, and it took a couple of weeks to get them eradicated so that we could go back in there and clean and paint and get the thing ready to rent. We thought we were going to turn it around in a few days, and it ended up taking us a few weeks to get it ready to rent again. Reason number 3 is noise. If you have neighbors close by and you've got a dog that barks or howls, or even cats that can meow and just go on, it can be a nuisance, and it can disturb the neighbors and cause complaints, especially in a multi-family situation. So there's another reason. Number 4 would be cleanliness. Some people are really good about keeping their apartments and their houses clean, and then we have other tenants that are not so much, and if you have a tenant that doesn't clean up after a dog and you have like feces and urine and stuff all over the house, it can become a serious health problem. and it also can ruin floors and carpets. So, and believe me, we have seen some nasty stuff. So you definitely, that is another consideration, is the cleanliness. Not having housebroken pets and not having good pet owners who clean up after them. Number 5 is allergies. Even after someone moves out that had a pet, the smell, the dander from dogs and cats gets in the air, in the carpets, in the air conditioning systems, and people who have allergies could be sensitive to that. So the next tenant coming behind them could have a problem. So it's just another reason. Number 6 would be damages. Pets can cause a lot of damage. We typically see dogs and cats, they tend to scratch things. They either scratch doors or floors, ruin carpets. Those are the most common things. And especially if people tend to block their dogs up into a bathroom or to some place like that, or a bedroom when they leave, which is sometimes what they do, the dogs or cats tend to scratch on the doors, and we've even had them scratch holes into the doors and into the carpets and floors. Those are the main common. They can chew on stuff too. And they also mess up blinds, window blinds and window coverings. Cats tend to climb on them, dogs tend to jump on them. Those things cost money to replace. And flooring can be expensive. It can cost thousands of dollars to have hardwoods refinished or carpets replaced. So, that's another expense. Is accessibility. And, if you have a dog or cat in the property and we have to come over and do some kind of repairs or maintenance, we need to make sure that that dog or cat is secured so that when we open the door, it doesn't run out or doesn't bite us or one of our employees, or, we don't have a problem there. It's just an unnecessary thing that we have to deal with if you have a pet. So another reason not to allow them. Number 8, and the harsh reality is tenants will lie and they won't follow the rules. In the very beginning, we allowed people to have outside pets. Almost every time we found that the tenants were letting the pets inside, and we ended up with all the same problems. So, they lied to us and said, oh, we'll only keep the dog outside, we'll only keep, we won't allow the pets inside, and it just never happens that way. They always end up letting the pets come in, and then you end up with the same problems. Not to mention the fact that they're going to tell you that the dog is housebroken or the cat uses a litter box or whatever. Their pet's not going to cause any problems. It's not going to bite anybody. It's not going to do anything. And when you go back through the house after it's over with, you can see all the problems that you have. You have damage where they've chewed on stuff, they've scratched stuff, they've peed on the floor, and it's a mess. So just know that if you allow it, you're going to have a lot of problems. We just didn't arbitrarily decide that we didn't want pets one day. This is something that comes from almost 20 years of experience renting to hundreds of tenants, and running into problems almost every time we've allowed pets into the property. And even when we don't allow pets, we still have people sneak them in on us. So it's always a problem. But we find that, that if we don't allow them, we have less chance of getting a pet, and then we have less problems. And that's a trade-off that we have to make, because really not allowing pets actually hurts us a little bit, because it greatly reduces the number of potential tenants that we can have. There's a lot of people out there that have pets, and if we say we don't allow them, then we've excluded all those people from our pool of possible tenants. And there you have it, your 8 reasons why you should not allow pets in your rental properties. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed our video, please press the like button, subscribe to our channel, and press the bell for notifications so you know when we release new videos. If you'd like more information on real estate investing, please go to our website at retirerichwithrealestate.com. I'm Paul Price, reminding you to get started today so you can retire rich with real estate.